Everybody, this is Ethan with Fall Rock Talk. Obviously, we have all the boys here today, but today's episode, it's the decision. It's Coach Dylan Sizemore. He's finally going to get off his fence. So what we're doing here today is we're going to hopefully try to condense everything down. We're going to go through the NFL teams. We're going to cut out the first 16, and we're going to hopefully, at the end of this episode, we're going to have a Sweet 16. So next time we get on here, we can keep going from there. So obviously, we got Coach Dylan Sizemore here. We got Ben Jackson here down in the beautiful shores of Alabama on family vacation. And then we got Paul Durham. So classic, so clean. Just looking at him there. Doing work with his collar on. Only boy here with a collar.
That's right.
So we're just gonna dive right on in here, guys. So Dylan, spotlight's on you, buddy. I mean, just a little backstory here. I've been rednecking you for how many years?
A long time, and it's
time.
I guess it's well deserved. I'm 35 years old. It's time to grow up and pick a team. You know,
I'm glad you're finally ready to grow up.
You boys got teams, so I mean, I need to join in on the fun.
Well, it don't even matter because, if your team starts sucking like Ethan's, you can always just
here we go.
Bandwagon.
Here we go.
I guess that's always
Not true. Not
jump
true.
off.
Not happening.
No, that's not what I'm about. I've got one team. I've got the Duke Blue Devils.
Oh Lord,
I've been.
I do hold it against you.
Them. Well, you should. I guess. I don't know. Why would you? We're not even.
It's disgusting.
Whatever. That's another episode. And we're gonna dive into that. Oh,
absolutely. I mean, I like it. I mean, I'm a Cats fan. You're a Duke fan. We got a lot of things to talk about there.
But what we're doing here is it's time for me to pick a team. I want to dive into an NFL team. I don't care if they're close. I don't care if I don't know. We're just gonna figure this out because I need a team. I love football too much.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And I mean, just like what the boys do here. I mean, just like a lot of people out there. I mean, we're all best friends here, right? We have group chats. We're on social media sharing videos together. That's how we kind of keep up. So, I mean, Dylan, it's only right that you have your team, and you're going to be held accountable, man. This is like a very important series we got going on here, and I'm going to. I mean, me and all the guys are going to keep you accountable, but also all of our listeners. So, there we are. And so, Dylan, since I started this episode by saying spotlight's on you, who's going to be the first team out? You got 32 options here, 32 teams. Who's going to be the first team out?
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I don't think you're going to like this because it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They are gone. I have no desire to be a fan. See, there's
Fire
one.
the cannons.
And
raise the flags.
Yeah, and here's another Bucs fan, I guess, down there, Ben.
I'm blending in, Dylan.
We're all fans around here. Yeah.
Listen.
I mean, to be fair, he's been a fan for multiple years now. So I mean,
it's a good thing you kicked the Bucs, Dylan, because you can't cut it as a Bucs fan.
Well, I don't know. That's why I didn't pick him, because
fired.
I'm not a guy that's going to abandon a team when things are down and things are looking down.
Hey, listen, I'm going to have his back here. Ben was one of the bandwagony people, most bandwagonist person I've ever seen. Ben has stuck with the Bucs. I mean, hey, listen, Brady's been out of town now. I mean, the season's going to be starting here in 2 months. Me and Ben's already been talking preseason, Bob, about Baker Mayfield and the draft picks. I mean, obviously we're in rebuild mode, but I mean, I have to give it to my boy Ben here. I mean, I think he's blooded in. He's right.
There, huh? Yeah, that's gonna be great.
I won't talk about it. I mean, as a real fan, hey, listen, I still think we're going to be one of the best teams in our division. I mean, who else is going to be in their way?
Well, I mean,
don't take much.
No.
I'm proclaiming right now Baker Mayfield has the best season of his career this year, okay? I know.
Write it down, Dylan. Write it down. That's what he's saying.
I saw the video of him overthrowing Mike Evans. I saw it.
Well, Mike Evans is about 40-year-old now. So.
I was going to say, isn't Mike Evans like on crutches and a walker?
That's spring ball, bro.
Well, let's be. I'm going to give you a fact here about Mike Evans. He has had 1,000 yards every single season of his career.
Yeah, Dylan,
Write
you
that
ain't
one
had
down.
1,000 yards ever.
Well,
In ever.
Not
In
one
when you're,
ever.
time.
when you're the only person that catches a ball on the whole team, you're going to get some yards.
Hey man, he just does it. Okay, I mean, what can I say? He takes care of business.
Super
Well, this is
Bowl
way too
champion.
way too much about the Bucks. So we're going to move on. We need to
Okay.
go to team 2. And I think we can all agree, very gross team. Why would you be a fan? Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's pretty gross.
I mean, it is
I mean,
disgusting.
They're gross, but I mean, that's tradition right there, dude. You know?
There is a lot of football history there, Dylan.
I mean, great.
Terry Bradshaw, Ben Roethlisberger, Super Bowls.
I don't
I'm
know
not.
about
I'm
him.
not looking when I'm choosing a team and all this. I'm not looking for a team that's still living in the past. That's still living off the glory years.
Okay.
I'm looking for.
You're looking
I'm
for that
Everything that-
modern hip team, right? Modern
possibly.
and hip.
Possibly.
Because Dylan epitomizes modern and hip. So,
Yeah. You
Well,
asked.
just wait for the vape.
About him was
Just wait for the
Paul
vape.
Molly.
You asked the. You
And the
asked
hair,
the 12 to
He's so
14-year-old boys I
I got an
coach, and
idea.
you asked them
I
for
He's so
the
good.
I think every time you mark one off the list, you just send it off in a cloud of vape.
Yeah. There we go.
Absolutely.
Just blow it out of there.
There we go. Love it. So that's 2 teams off the board. You opened this up with the Bucks. You went on to the Steelers. All right, pick number 3. Where we at, Dylan?
We're gonna go to another team in that Tampa Bay NFC South division, and we are going to eliminate Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
Mainly, it's the gross colors.
They
I
suck.
I
That's the
can't.
only thing I like about them is the colors.
I don't like. I like their colors. Too. I don't dislike them.
I mean,
That's
it's
the
just
only
so.
But
It's first of all, it's Carolina in the name. That's a red flag for me. Then it's got that teal. It reminds me of Carolina baby blue. So it's just there's no way.
I mean that's fair. I mean you are a Duke fan.
I understand. I understand your reasoning
I
on
get
that
it.
for sure.
I do too, for sure. I mean honestly, and if you want to talk about the team just a little bit, I mean, look at what they've not done. Right? They had
Right.
Cam Newton. They surrounded Newton with a lot of weapons. I think they had Kelvin Benjamin, who was when he came out of college, he was a ball player. And then they had the defense around him, and I'm pretty sure they made it to the Super Bowl, and they got beat by the Broncos, Peyton Manning year.
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like ever since that was like as good as they're ever going to get, or at least in my lifetime, I can't really remember the
They were in
Panthers
one more
being
Super
some
Bowl
powerhouse.
before that. They were in a Super Bowl well before that when Tom Brady. You don't beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl unless you're Eli Manning, and that's it.
So I guess we can all agree.
Yeah.
On that again.
That was
Yeah,
Janet
I'm-
Jackson.
Who wants to put themselves in misery? Yeah,
Even John is excited about that one. I mean,
He is, as you can
Hey,
I
tell.
love
He's very excited.
oh
about
J
that.
Dog, I hear you, J Dog.
We're going to go on because this is going to shock you boys, I think. First big-time team, what I consider a big-time team
Big
off
time,
the list.
big time.
Big time. Kansas City Chiefs, get out of here.
Good,
I cannot be a fan.
Good.
That,
Yeah, good.
Oh, I mean,
Right.
no, to be fair, I'm not a big fan either. But here's what I don't understand from you: they're winning all the Super Bowls. They got perhaps the next GOAT with Patrick Mahomes. I mean, the kid's 27, right? The guy's 27 years old. He's got 2 Super Bowls.
Called him a kid, 27. Lord.
And then if you're,
How old are you?
well, I just turned 32. He's a
I
kid to
can't
me.
stand Mahomes, man.
Well, he's
I
won
don't know.
two Super Bowls.
He's good.
Kelsey's
He's
the
good.
best,
Okay.
but the more I hear Kelsey talk, the worse I hate him.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
the
I can't-
kicker.
I don't know if I
It's
dislike
awful.
Mahomes more or if it's his woman I hate more. Because God,
Yeah, I mean, that's a
terrible,
lot of
man.
distraction.
It's the off-field
And his brother.
stuff. It's the off-field stuff
And he's-
for
it
me
is.
with the Chiefs.
Well,
Yeah,
dude, they
I mean,
win ball games though. I mean,
They're a great team, but they just
that's what they
just
do.
gross.
Oh yeah,
That's
and
like
I like
And the
Andy
colors.
Reid.
I like the
love
colors.
Andy Reid. Now, see, I'm not a big fan of that. It's like a it's
Arrowhead
not
Stadium?
red.
red, yellow.
Oh.
Don't worry,
down
Ethan's
for
going to be
red
trading
yellow.
in his jersey for Kansas City. Clearly,
It's not happening. It's not happening. Not
won't be
happening.
long. Won't be long.
It's never going to happen.
No, dude.
Here we are, moving on. Then
Might quit
Chiefs
that.
cut.
Chiefs are.
Well, I mean that's what they do, right? I mean, okay.
right now.
That's
just here we go.
That's all.
Here, I think we'll all agree on this one because it's just another gross team. They're not ever winning. There's nothing to get excited about. Cleveland Browns. Why? Why would you?
Yeah, I mean
Cleveland,
that's a solid pick to round out the top five. I'm with you on that.
They're on the up and up.
No, they're
Yeah.
not. They've never been on the up and up, ever.
And I'll still hold a grudge for what they did to Couch. So whatever.
Oh, Timmy boy.
Yeah, Timmy Couch.
What-
You know
What
Timmy
about
Yeah,
Couch.
every
they did
other?
ruin
What
Brown.
about every other boy that's played for them?
Well, I said I hold
And
a
they
grudge
ruin every-
specifically for
Everybody's
Couch
screwed.
because obviously.
They've successfully destroyed at least 10 quarterbacks maybe.
Yeah.
They're as bad as the
I don't-
Bengals.
I don't know what a Brown's supposed to be, but
Awful.
it matches their description because they are poop.
Poop.
Poopy.
It's poop colors too.
Ohio NFL teams, they're never going to win a Super Bowl. Write it down, Dylan.
You.
That's the second wrote down statement of the show.
They're not. I will
Hey,
back that one.
the heat is turning up, boys.
Boys, they're close. They're close.
Dude. Close but no cigar, pal. They're not.
I don't
gonna
think
get
it's
there,
happening.
Okay, Joe Burrow may not survive next season. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. And if he ain't there, they're not winning.
Well, no. Well, obviously, I mean, he's the best. He's arguably a top 2-3 quarterback in the league. If any team don't have that, they're not going to win.
Now he's about to get paid.
Listen, I hope Dylan becomes a Bengals fan. I hope this more than anything.
I'm
Please,
not being his friend
be a
anymore.
Bengals fan.
I'm not being his friend anymore.
Be a Bengals fan.
That's all there is to it.
So we're going to go up
We all
north
been friends
now.
for 20 years.
I know, right? That's harsh.
Okay.
We're going to go up north now to what I consider
Real
just
bubble.
another gross franchise, regardless of history. I hate the colors. They're going to be entertaining for sure. New York Jets. So, and you know, I love
New York
Rodgers.
Jets.
Get behind the Jets, even without the whole Rodgers thing. I could get behind the Jets. I mean,
Although I agree, if you were ever going to pick the Jets, this would be the time to pick the Jets.
Oh yeah, I mean it's an
can't-
exciting time. Oh, I can't wait for Hard Knocks.
it's gonna
Well,
be
they have
good.
a young defense. I mean, they're following basically what Tampa went done. They built up their defense. They got a couple weapons. Then they went out and bought the veteran quarterback. And just so happens they bought what's arguably a top 5 quarterback of all time. So, I mean, I definitely think they're going to the playoffs, and I think that they're going to be right there as a contender. I do.
I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Though, I think Rodgers needs to go the house.
He's
I
had the
do,
best
man.
2 or 3 years of his career. The last 2 or 3 years. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I'm not with you on this one, brother.
This man's
He's just
still an
so
MVP.
weird, man. He's just so weird.
Back
dude.
to
I
back.
can't- I
But
can't
what does he
deal
do
with it.
on the football
I
field?
mean, weird.
I
You're
know.
weird.
Oh, but he's weird. If that's
He
the
is
case,
weird.
nobody would like Ethan.
I'm weird.
Well,
I mean,
well,
oh, here we go. Oh, my God. Here we go.
Ethan's my kind of weird though.
Okay.
Rodgers-
I'm the weirdest. I'm the most weird. But
He is
I don't know, man.
Something we don't know.
Here's what he does. Can you imagine me like in the New York market on TV, like people interviewing me all the time, like, hey, what do you say, boys?
Hey,
I'm freaking out, man.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's crazy, and this is crazy, and we just
I do
won ball
like how
games. It's crazy,
Rodgers,
man.
He just don't care what he says at this point.
good.
He
Why should he?
He shouldn't. Nobody should.
Listen, I mean, he's a football player for one. Okay, he's a football player. So anybody
Go
that
home,
thinks
Aaron.
he should be anything else, he's just doing his job. He's real good
Yes.
at his job.
Yeah,
So
you do the McAfee
I mean, the
thing.
off
If you
field stuff
watch
does
all
matter,
this
but
stuff, I feel like you would have a different appreciation for him if you watched all of his interviews on McAfee.
I think he's funny. I mean, I don't dislike him. Listen,
dude's
there has
got
been
a
times in the
very good
past
sense of humor.
that I've hated on him. Yeah, I've been a hater on him before, but some of the last stuff in the last 2 years has been more down to earth for me. Like he does stuff on purpose now that's just hilarious to me to get
Just
get
to
everybody
mess with-
spinning. So
mess with
I
people.
kind of like that.
I do like
Yeah.
that.
Now
So-
we're gonna stay.
So here
in
we
that,
are.
we're gonna stay in that Northeast territory now, and I mean the most successful franchise of our generation, New England Patriots. Just can't get down with
It's
it.
a good time.
Yeah, I hate
It's a
the
good time
Patriots.
for that.
I'm never going to like the Patriots. I'm glad you put them in the first 16 out. Belichick is one of the it's probably the best coach ever, right?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
probably the best coach ever as far as what's on paper. But here's the question I got for all three of y'all: what has he done since Brady's left? What's his success based on Brady's shoulders this whole time? Did he ride the coattails?
Of Brady? I think they worked
Yeah.
together,
Possibly. I mean,
but it was all
case could
Brady.
be
Like
made.
a coach can't win it. You know what I mean?
But they've been so bad though since he's been gone, like horrible.
Right.
Well, I mean that's what
I-
you do. That's just what happens in a rebuild. You know, I mean, just because it's the Patriots who have had success for a
You're
long
right.
time, nobody's immune from a rebuild.
Right.
Right. I agree with you. I just feel like with Belichick, he could still figure out ways to build a roster, still at least be a playoff team, a perennial playoff team.
Well, yeah, but right now it's a tough division right there right now, especially Miami on the rise. It's a tough time to beat.
Dolphins has always had their number two.
Yes, it's been a back and forth with them,
So have the
and not so
Jets.
much domination.
I don't really like their jerseys either.
No,
I mean, I get the patriotic colors, but I don't like their jerseys.
well, that's not
They seem kinda
that's not
all
a
over the place to
patriotic
me. I don't
blue
like
to me. I just
It's weird. It's like sometimes they roll all grays, reds, blues, whites.
You don't get
There's
to
too many
decide,
colors. I don't like four
uh,
colors.
Dylan. You don't decide that.
That is true. We don't decide that, Dylan.
no, you're right. I mean, well, anyway, Patriots not going to be a contender. I don't see a
We
reason.
can all
I
get behind
don't see anything to latch on to right now. So now we're going to go to the Mile High City and the Denver Broncos. Bye bye.
Let's ride.
On out of here.
Let's right on out.
I mean, I get that. I here's the thing though. If this was me, if flipped around, I don't think I could put the Broncos out in top 16. I was a big Elway guy. I like Mile High Stadium, and I don't dislike the jerseys. I mean, you're going to hear us talk about jerseys on and off.
That's
But hey,
important. That's
you look
important.
good. You look good. You play good, right? I mean,
Right.
you got to.
Firm
If you're
believer.
going to be a fan, you're probably going to at least have one shirt. How
Yep.
could you ever wear a Cleveland Brown shirt to the
Right.
Walmarts? You know what I mean?
With an
One's
elf
like
on it.
Tennessee. And another thing, going back to Ben's point, if you need to go to the house, that's Russell Wilson. Needs to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does
I
need to go home.
agree.
Yeah.
I don't like his antics. I don't like who he is on camera. I don't like any of that. The
He's
Instagram
got
and
the
social media.
That kind of weird.
I mean, he's
Got
won a
more
Super Bowl
power.
though. He's won a Super
He's
Bowl.
also lost. He's lost
Great.
as well.
Right.
Let's talk about that loss real quick before we digress too far. They should have ran the ball.
Run ball. Run
Just
football.
run the ball. Run the ball.
Ball.
Dylan,
Beast-
Coach
beast mode.
Coach Dylan, run the ball.
Just got
Dylan
hey,
Beast
calls
boys.
a slant.
Okay.
Dylan calls a slant on that play.
No.
Dylan throws the slant for
No.
sure.
Dylan's a big slant guy. ain't he? Big
I'm
slant
big
guy.
slant. I'm big slant guy.
Big
21
slant guy.
blast makes no sense. Throw the slant.
I would have ran that ball with Marshawn Lynch 4 straight times.
4 straight times.
And I mean, it's the Super Bowl.
It's Super Bowl.
If you lose it at that
Let
point,
that man
just
eat.
lose it.
That's all he wants is a Super Bowl. Let him eat.
Let him eat. I agree.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm still mad about that. So Broncos out. Let's ride on out of town. All right.
Okay, and this is just a team that I can't ever get down with, and I think this, for some reason, there is a link between Duke and the Dallas Cowboys, and I don't understand why people put
Because they're
them.
disgusting.
I don't get it. I mean, Duke's had
Both
recent
teams
success.
make me want to puke.
Duke's had a lot of recent success. The Cowboys haven't had success since you could watch them on a VCR. So
You're not wrong.
Sorry, dog.
They're both
I was gonna
good.
say
I don't see how they're
Yeah.
America's team.
right. Why is Dallas? What's that all about?
Because
Yeah,
they used to be the best.
They used to be
They
awesome.
used to be the best.
They did.
They were
I
good.
know.
They did.
And I like Dak.
Troy
I'm
Aikman,
a-
he's like Mr. America. You know, I get it why they were, but they aren't anymore.
No.
You know,
And I like Dak Prescott. I do. I think Dak
He's good.
was a
When he's healthy.
stud. When he's healthy. In college, he was awesome.
He was awesome in
Mhm.
college.
He ran all over Kentucky,
He sure did.
Yes. I was sitting right there watching.
and he
him.
destroyed
Oh my God.
us. Absolutely destroyed
everybody
us.
ran all over Kentucky at that point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
That's fair.
It's
But
kind of
Dak was
crazy though. Like, I mean,
dominant too on other people too.
someone whoever's listening to this can fact check us, but isn't Dak Prescott's one of his contract situation? Ain't he one of the NFL highest paid quarterbacks right now? At
I'd
least top
imagine
10.
so.
He was.
I'm sure.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, I mean I know they.
I mean,
they
he's the only, how many?
struck up
He's only
there.
won one playoff game. Has he only won a playoff game?
Okay, so
Maybe
let me
He
let
ain't
me
won
interrupt.
much. He's not won much.
Let me interrupt for just a
for
second
it.
because I think this is an important issue that doesn't get talked about enough. Why are I was trying to make what has been anyway? The point I was trying to make was that why are quarterbacks getting so much? Why are quarterbacks getting wins and losses? I don't understand that because look at Rodgers for example. If
It is
that
a team
man had a
sport.
defense, yeah, he's got a lot of game-winning drives. But how many times should he have been in that position in the first place?
Right. Yeah.
So
I
I
mean,
think
yeah,
quarterbacks get way too much praise, and I think they get way too much flack for winning and losing ball games.
That's very fair, but you still have to put some kind of statistic
Quarterbacks are the most
I think so,
important.
too.
on it some way to evaluate
I mean,
quarterbacks.
a quarterback is the most important player probably in all pro sports. I mean, they got to know their position. They got to know everybody else's position around them. They got to read the defense. And then obviously they touch the ball every single time. So
Yeah.
if we're talking about why does a quarterback, get those contracts and why is all the pressure on them? Well, they're the most important player on the field.
Well, I completely agree. I mean, nothing happens without the quarterback. I'm just saying there's a lot of quarterbacks who are unjustly praised and who are unjustly criticized based on wins and losses.
Yeah.
No.
And I
They
think
get paid the most.
I also got another
Dak is
question
a good
here.
contender for that. He gets too much flack for
right.
losing ball games and not winning.
He's had a lot of
ball
injuries
games.
too.
That's true.
Yep. Hey Ben, so you're reminding me of Spider-Man right now. For some reason, you're.
Well,
So I think we should all do this. Yeah, let's all talk like this, and see if we can just match Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Hey guys.
Hey Ben, there he is.
Something
Hey,
Something- something crazy happened, man. I don't know, dude. What happened?
I don't know.
you turn your
I don't
phone
know.
sideways. Real
It's
crazy.
crazy.
No,
Spider
it
Mob.
was always sideways for one. And I got a FaceTime call, and when I came back, it was gone.
Oh yeah, Ben's a big CEO. Yeah, I understand. He's a busy guy down there in Alabama.
He's multitasking down there.
He's down there doing all the work and stuff.
Oh.
So all right, let's reel this back a little bit. We've went down the rabbit hole. Now Durham Spider-Man. Maybe we can get him back up right. So now, I mean, you just all right. So this is pick 10. This is pick 10 of the first 16 out. So Dylan, where are we at?
We are going to what should be technically the America's team, the Washington Commanders. I don't like the name change. And what did you say? Well, you told me something, Ethan, about the
I did.
name.
So the other day was discussing the Commanders a little bit, and again, this is something that someone can fact check me on. But I did see some rumblings online there where the Washington Commanders applied for their trademark for the name Commanders, and like that's not been approved yet. There's something going on with it to where there potentially could be another name change for that organization. But let's be honest here, Dylan. I mean, they're worth billions. I'm sure they'll buy that name. I'm sure they'll figure it out. But can you imagine if they had to change it 2 times?
2
I think
times
they
would
should let it go.
I mean, just I disagree with any. I mean, I don't think they should have changed the name in the first place. I think Redskins is.
I like the Washington football team.
Infinitely better than
right.
Washington football team.
I like the Washington football team. Okay, I thought that's where you was going with this. I like the Redskins too. I mean, but I understand, and nowadays, we have to, do
be a little more
play that.
sensitive to cultures, and sure.
And I get that. Whatever. I mean, you can agree with or disagree with it. The fact is, they changed their name, so here we are.
Ben's got Redskins.
It happens.
I love him.
But I can't get. But what is
like
there to be? What is there to be excited about the Washington Commanders anyway?
Nothing.
I can't name one reason why anybody would be a fan of the Commanders.
Didn't they get rid of Taylor Heinicke? Is he still there?
Well, if they did, they messed up because he was a dog.
I know.
He was the only cool thing they had.
He was.
Ask somebody that,
He was a
you're
dog.
excited about Washington Commanders. Everybody's like, well,
Exactly.
that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
Bad sign.
I don't even like their jerseys either. I mean, back to the jersey thing. I can't do that. I'm sorry.
No, that's just
What is a commander? One who commands. What is that?
you command.
What's their logo?
Yeah.
We're in command.
I think
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like the Patriot guy, you know?
They command.
Okay, so that's what
they're
their
just
logo
not
looks
very
like.
good at it.
Yeah.
Hey,
They're
buddy.
not
So it's
very
like
good
a-
at it.
Very masculine armory dude. Okay, cool. Noted.
If you say so.
Whatever. So
It kinda
So
looks
here
like
we
a-
are. yeah, Dylan, let's just move on. I don't like the Washington at all.
No, I don't either. There's not much to talk about. I don't want to talk about them. So here's something to talk about. And this is going to be one of the last 6 teams we picked today. Durham Packers. I can't do it with you, buddy. It's the
Let's get it because we don't want to.
Packers.
well, good because it's all old fashioned and it's all tradition and it's cold and it's
And you are
snow.
clearly the hip guy, so it's fine. I get it.
I mean, it's not even about
Modern
being
and
hip.
hip.
It's not even about modern hip. I mean,
You're pretty
okay,
hip.
we play football in cold. That's our whole thing as an organization.
I mean,
Well, okay.
Kinda like-
The frozen tundra, right? The Lambeau leap,
mhm.
cheeseheads.
Everybody
All
can
these
leave.
things are. You cannot think of football and not think of the Green Bay Packers.
I'll give you that. And listen, I'm not taking away from their tradition and stuff. It's just not a reason. It's not a reason I want to be a fan.
Hey, the decision is about you. So
Oh, I
for
know.
once, it is about you. We're here for you. I don't have to agree. No one can agree, or everybody can. It's about you, Coach Dillon.
I'm
But,
not going to disparage you for not picking them, but I will not stand here and let you badmouth the Packers. All right,
Well,
it's tradition. Yes, it's tradition.
Inform me. What about Jordan Love?
Well, that ain't.
Jordan
No,
Love's going
is
to be
he
okay.
ready? Is he ready?
I
He's
think
gonna
he'll
be okay.
fine. If he ain't ready, then they're going to ship him off after next year and get somebody else.
Are you confident that
Well,
the Packers can move on without a Hall of Fame worthy quarterback?
I think so. Well,
Yeah,
I
dude,
won't
that
think
ain't-
so. I think so. I mean, it's
They've
like
done-
UK.
They've not done it in 20 years.
I mean, it's been generations of great quarterbacks here. So let's see what happens. I mean, maybe Love can be the dude. I don't know. Maybe he's that dude.
You said generations of quarterbacks. But you
Yeah.
mean 2, right? You mean 2 quarterbacks, right?
Well, I mean, that's
Yeah.
those.
It's
They
still
were
a
there.
generations.
They were there.
It's
for
more than one
generations.
generation.
Technically it is,
Yeah.
but I mean, The way he said that made it sound like they're just going through plethora of quarterbacks. When
Well,
really,
I
it's
mean,
been
you go
two guys.
if you go back. I mean, Bart Starr was a great quarterback.
Yeah,
50 years ago.
Bart Starr. Boy, I can promise you we're the only podcast talking about Bart Starr in 2023.
Uh,
Boy, hey, Dylan, why don't you tell us all about Bart Starr? How about that?
If you're having to dig that deep,
Oh,
you ain't-
Lord have mercy.
oh, my little boy.
Oh, I'm going to name my next kid Bart.
better be
There it's
careful.
settled.
I hope you do. Yeah.
You hear that, didn't you, honey? Bart.
Oh,
Oh, Bart
I don't
Nolan.
know. I think
you
I
talk
think
about
they'll be all right.
accountability.
I
Yeah.
think they're going to try to lean towards this, like the newer GM and stuff's going to try to lean towards building up a team better because obviously what they've been doing ain't been working. We got a history of developing wide receivers better than anybody. Period. I mean, go down the list.
Period.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree with that. All of your like big time receivers that you've had, at least in my lifetime, they've all been second rounders or more.
Second
Yeah.
or more, yeah. So
Mhm.
if Jordan Love, I don't think he has to be, an Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre or Bart Starr for that matter. But
Yeah, well,
I think
not
they'll
many of us
build up
can be
a run.
Barts.
No,
That's true. It's going to take them a little bit longer, probably, but I think they'll be all right.
it was the only other quarterback I could think of
Again,
that played a Green
Dylan,
Bay.
I mean, if you're going to go ahead. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to talk about the Patriots and every team don't have to win every year, I mean, you should
Right.
still apply that to
Yeah.
the Packers. I mean,
Yeah,
this is
I mean,
their
you said it
rebuild time.
yourself. Nobody
fair.
can beat a rebuild.
That's
No,
fair.
sir.
I mean, no, you're exactly right. And but I was disappointed in how the Packers handled Rodgers.
I didn't like it either. I agree with that.
No, I didn't like it.
That left
I
a
mean,
sour
I've got a
taste
question
in a lot
for
of
you,
people's
Durham.
mouths.
Between me and you here, who's going to have the better season, Baker Mayfield or Jordan Love? We're going on record here. It's a good
I'm
Write
question.
it down.
I'm going to say I'll go with Jordan Love. I think because
He don't
let's
have the
face it,
experience.
they don't have-
He's got more
experience.
snaps.
Baker's got bad experience.
Baker's got that attitude, though.
I'm
bro.
still going to go Baker. I'm going to go Baker
I'm going
Mayfield,
Baker.
and here's why. Not just because of not just because he's a Buccaneer. He's got Mike Evans. He's got Chris Godwin. He's got more weapons on the offensive side of the ball than Green Bay currently does, and I think that's going to hinder Love's first year a little bit here.
I think so. I think you could be right, but also our running back situation is going to help Jordan Love out so much. Baker may have.
It's going to have to. They need to run the ball.
He might have a better statistical
Okay.
year than Jordan Love, but I don't necessarily believe that they're going to have that much of a better season. If that makes
Right.
sense. So
I mean,
we'll see. I'm not a
those are
Baker
two
hater.
players, right? I mean, those are two players that besides the Buccaneers having what I said about the offensive weapons, I mean,
Yeah.
Love might be a better talent, but I just don't think he's going to have anybody to throw the ball to. So statistically, you're right. Maybe it'll be eager. It'll be fun to watch for sure. So here we are. We got a couple more here, man. So where we at?
We are going to go, and this is I kind of hate doing this, but it's also one of those things that I can't see myself ever supporting. The city's kind of gross. It rains all the time, and I love Pete Carroll, but the Seahawks run football.
Yeah.
Run football. Maybe we're having a different conversation.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. Only
See,
I like
Pete
the-
Carroll.
Geno Smith, what
do.
are they going to do?
Gino's
Dude,
older than
Gino
me.
is
Comeback
Super
player of the
Bowl
year, man.
quarterback, man.
Is he
Gino's
somebody you're
Super
going to
Bowl
build a
quarterback.
franchise around? Come on, no, he's not.
No, he's 50.
Yeah,
He's literally older than me.
I-
and I'm older than all y'all.
they got
So,
DK Metcalf. I mean, DK's
I love
he's
DK,
going to be one of the best receivers in the league.
Oh, dude. I mean, Lockett too. Lockett's a really good receiver.
I like the little lime green trim.
I like the lime green jerseys, man.
Yeah,
I do like the.
I like it.
I like the jerseys too. I really do. I like the color schemes they got, the real bright colors.
Yeah,
I like their jerseys a lot, man.
I really
We've
like the
always-
12th man concept.
That's
too.
cool.
Yeah, the
That's cool.
culture,
I think
the
my
football
biggest
culture.
thing is that Green Bay has always been like battling with them for the last decade. You know, we'll have like one of the
Right.
best teams, and then get to the NFC Championship, and then stupid Seattle. You know, so that's why I hate them. But I do like the colors, and the 12th man thing's cool.
Now the 12th man thing was cool, but I mean, there's no Legion of Boom there anymore.
No,
So
No,
No.
there's not.
Yeah.
Boy, that was fun times, though. That was fun
It
times.
was.
They were awesome, dude.
Crabtree.
Exactly.
And speaking of teams that choked away a Super Bowl, Arizona Cardinals also choked away a Super Bowl. I'm done. I can't get down with that.
Yeah, gross.
I forget all the time that the Arizona Cardinals are even a real NFL team. I mean, they're. I'm going to put that in here. What does the Arizona Cardinals give you at all? I don't understand it.
Now that one half of the Watt brothers ain't there, there's no use to even talk about them.
They had Larry Fitz. They had Larry Fitzgerald.
And
That was
yeah,
fun.
I love Fitz. I
He's
love Larry
good.
Fitz.
But I mean, besides that, I mean, I just forget all the time that they're like a real
I hate
team.
him. I had David Johnson as a keeper, and he was awesome for about a year and a half. Sucked.
Yeah,
I kept him.
you
I
did.
got to.
Hey, a little sidebar here. We're going to dive into some killer fantasy football content here coming up. So for you guys tuning in, you should really put that and subscribe to us and just be on the lookout because we're going to be doing this all year. We're going to be bringing fantasy football. We're going to be bringing matchups. We're going to be just boys being boys, just talking sports. I mean, that's what we like to do. So moving on, man. I mean, you just picked Seahawks out.
Team 13. So now we're going to go out, and
Okay.
I think you'll get down with this, Ethan, because the next team is going to be the New Orleans Saints. I think they're still hanging their hat on past success. Breeze ain't there,
Yep.
and he ain't coming back.
And they
Neither
ain't doing
Sean
nothing
Payton.
to fix it. In my eyes, they ain't doing anything to fix it. So,
No.
Oh, man.
Yep.
the trash.
So,
They're underwater down there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
30.
And they never could swim back up.
Bunch of dirty kids.
I can't stand New Orleans. I mean, I'm not a New Orleans guy. And like Dylan said, they're still really hanging their hat on the Breeze run. I still remember Drew Brees holding his kid up with the headphones and the confetti falling, and the guy that blocked the punt. I mean, that's a historic season they had.
Yeah, that was super cool and everything. But, I mean, there's nothing there now.
You couldn't be further away from that point right now. So, yeah.
Right.
Because Jameis Winston sucks.
He's not good.
Well, they got Derek Carr now.
Yeah,
And
he sucks
do
too.
Now, I will say, I think New Orleans is going to have a little success, especially in that division. They do got Derek Carr. They still got Kamara. Thomas, if he plays this year, that's a game changer.
Kamara can stay out of jail.
Well, I mean, for the most part, when he's pretty much dominated plays. I mean, it's not like he's missed a whole lot.
You're right.
Yep.
He's a stud.
So, I mean, it's not like I dislike New Orleans. I just can't be a fan.
I mean, their jerseys are okay. I mean, but I can't get behind the Saints stuff. Just something I can't do. So, Dylan, you got 2 left, buddy. So, where we at? I mean, you really – let's just go back there. Here's some highlights on my perspective that it's kind of shocking to me on your first 16 out. You know, obviously Tampa because they're awesome. Fire the Cannons. Chiefs. I can't see how anybody would kick the Chiefs out first 16, especially with Mahomes. And I don't really disagree with many other. I mean, Green Bay, just because of the history, I don't understand that at all.
I'm kind of confused about where you're going and what you're basing this off of because it's like you want to be, what was the hip and modern? So
Right.
I've never said
They're
that.
kicking out all the traditional teams, and they're kicking out the hip and modern teams. So I'm not sure which way you're going with this.
It really stands a lot from the off-field stuff, like my Mahomes brother. And I know I shouldn't hold that against him, but I do.
Hey, this is about you. This is the first episode of The Decision with Coach Dylan. And again, it's your show, buddy. I mean, it's
It's my
just you're
team.
the spotlight here.
I-
If you want to pick dumb teams, that's on you, buddy.
I don't blame you because I would make fun of you over that stuff if that were your team. So I get it.
Let me
I think
tell
it's
you.
100%
That's very true.
fair.
That's very true.
100% fair to hold that against Mahomes. Because
I'm going to
he
make
has
fun of
the
you for
power-
whoever you pick, though.
He has the power to stop it
See, that's the thing,
because they're living off of his dime. I
right?
don't care what anybody says. They're living off his dime. He has the power to
At
say,
least
"Hey,
dial it
stupid,
down a little bit.
Quit. You can stand
Yeah.
on the sidelines and dance and do whatever you want to. Quit talking to people in public.
Right.
Quit talking to cameras. Stop it."
I mean, besides that, and then we got Green Bay, which you have fair reasoning on your end. I get it, but for a first 16, that's bold. But it looks like you got 2 left, Coach. Where we at? We got 2 left.
We're going to talk about now just an absolute perennial loser that I just will never root for. The Detroit Lions. I mean, they're never winning. They're a team.
MCDC, bro.
Write it down. They're never winning. Never going to win ever.
Well, I
Ever,
think they're
ever,
on the
ever.
up, man. And I want to
Yeah.
also add something here.
They were
Lions
on the
are
up
going
with
to the
Barry Sanders.
playoffs. They're going to the playoffs this year.
Purple folder.
Bold. It's wrote
I
down.
hate that you kicked
Write it
the
down. He's got the
Lions out.
purple folder.
Wee-oo, wee-oo.
I hate that you kicked the Lions out.
Why?
I think it would be a good time to be a Lions fan.
Good time to
To
get on
start.
board.
Is there any good
Yeah.
time to be a
Right.
Lions fan?
It's gonna
Right
be a
now.
good year.
Playoffs.
I can see it happening.
I like their
Jared
coach.
Goff.
I like that guy, man. He's brought a different culture to that whole organization.
Oh,
I like the tough
he's
guy.
awesome.
Football
He's
guy.
awesome.
He's a big football guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Real football guy. He's a gym rat back in the day. A real go getter, as they say. He's got all the intangibles one needs.
Reminds me of you as a coach.
Those are
There we go.
irrelevant
I mean-
points. Irrelevant points. So they don't mean anything.
Jared Goff's not a terrible quarterback.
He's got the
either.
passion.
Jared Goff is garbage.
Jared Goff
He's
is
so
garbage.
bad.
He's
He
so
is-
horrible.
Hot garbage.
He's been to the
They
Super
lost
Bowl.
Jamal Williams, right? They lost Jamal Williams though, right? And DeAndre Swift. So
Yeah.
That
If
was
they've
one those
lost both of those
cases
guys-
of garnering praise when he shouldn't have.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
as a prime example of that. So I'm not against you, Dylan. I don't dislike them. I think they got a cool thing going. If they can keep going, maybe the future.
Durham just hates them because they're rivals. Okay, they're Packers
First off, they're
rivals.
not rivals. I don't think they've ever
Whatever.
beaten the Packers. Ever.
Screw the Lions.
Yeah, rivalry has to be at least a little bit both
A little
sides.
bit of give and take. The Bears ain't even rivals anymore. So,
Well, that's a great
Anymore.
segue, Durham, because we're just going to go ahead and leave one team in that division, and we're just going to go ahead and eliminate the Chicago Bears because you talk about a terrible color scheme. It's a dark navy blue and an orangish red.
I like the jerseys, boys. I like it. It's another history thing for me, dude.
Chicago sucks.
I mean,
Chicago's
here's the
terrible.
thing. The Bears. They're not good.
Justin
They're not very
Fields,
good.
I mean, that boy, I think they're trying to build around him, and that's good, but I just don't think it's Chicago. It's Chicago.
You're
I got
Justin
completely.
Fields,
Oh, you're good.
he's had plenty of opportunities to do anything.
And he's back.
I got completely cut out. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, let me update you, Ben. I mean, for the 16th pick of the first 16 out, Coach Dillon came up with the Bears. The Bears.
Good,
He kicked them out.
good.
And just to briefly go over, he don't like the colors.
Neither.
He's not really big on anything about that team.
I'm not big on
Soldier
Justin
Fields
Fields either.
sucks.
I don't think he's the guy.
He's not the guy. They've won.
He's
they've
super
been the
athletic.
guy for the last 3 or 4 years, and he has done nothing. So
I don't think he's gonna be the
at
guy
that
either.
point, you got to understand that.
I think by the time his rookie contract's over, they're going to have to go another direction.
They overpaid for Claypool.
Yeah.
I think because
Bad
he is.
decisions all around.
Yeah. The defense, they're not going to stop anybody. That's not the old Chicago Bear defense of old. Again,
They're
and I
not
don't
a
know.
playoff
I think it was Ben that said it. Soldier Field. It looks old.
Terrible.
I mean, hey, upgrade that
It
place a
does
little
look
bit.
old.
Well, they're in talks of building a new stadium. Though. Just a matter of where they're going to build it.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna do it till they start winning. So,
Well, here's another thing. Chicago, and this goes for all of the franchises in Chicago, basically. At once was a great sports town. Now they're a large market place, large market franchises everywhere, and they can't do anything. They can't have any sustained success.
I mean, I'd agree with that. I can't remember the last time Chicago has done anything, and I do think they're in a very large market.
No, the last time Chicago was relevant in anything, I guess, I mean, you could probably say hockey, but who keeps up with that?
okay,
I mean,
well, the
if anybody says baseball, I'm leaving the
The
call.
Cubs won a World Series not too long ago, right?
Yeah, for the first time in over 100 years.
I'm just saying. Not that that's impressive to me.
Right,
I hate baseball.
right. But now, and even now, the Cubs and the White Sox are both they're garbage. The Bulls, they've ruined the Bulls. The Bulls are awful. And now you got the Bears, who are the most promising thing about Chicago sports, and that's not saying much.
And they've not been very promising for
Are
over
they
a
more
decade.
promising than the Blackhawks? Do people love the Bears more than the Blackhawks? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think if we had a
Chicago-
Chicago fan on, they'd like the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Hockey,
But I
maybe.
mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know hockey, so the Blackhawks may be the most successful thing going in Chicago.
No, I don't. Well, they may be in Chicago, but
Well, I reckon they're the cat's meow, Dylan.
Ha,
But they ain't Tampa Lightning, baby. So, guys, just to reel it back in again, I mean, Dylan, you've completed the first 16 out. I've got the list here. You got Tampa, you got Steelers, Panthers, Chiefs, Browns, Jets, Patriots, Broncos, Dallas, the Commanders, Packers, Seahawks, Cardinals, Saints, Lions, and the Bears. First 16 out. And obviously, this whole entire series is going to be about you picking your favorite team. And I mean, hey, you can't get these 16 back for life. It's a very
good.
serious,
I don't want them.
very, very serious
Can you go on
decision. But
record and say that he's going to pick the Bills. I would say he's going to pick the Bills.
Wow.
Are we making guesses?
Who's your-
Are we making guesses right
yeah,
now?
who
Can we
you
do a top
guessing?
three?
Who's your guess, Bim?
If I'm going with my gut and I'm going to say Dylan's going to be a Minnesota Vikings fan.
I say Dolphins. That's my pick. So we all have our picks, Dylan, and
Actually,
you're really
I think
keeping us on the edge of our seat, pal.
I mean, I'm very high on those two teams that were mentioned. I don't know where they're going to land in the next episode, but I am high on those two teams.
He's not going to pick the Bengals because he still wants to be my friend.
I hope he does. And obviously, next time we'll be tuning in here, and we're going to go from there. We got the Sweet 16, baby. We're going to narrow it down to a top 8. You know, just like MySpace days, put me in your top 8. And there we are, guys. I mean, Dylan, again, this is one of the biggest decisions of your life, and I just hope you're prepared to stick by it. You have all your friends here keeping you accountable, all the listeners keeping you accountable, and you know, I'm excited for the Sweet 16. I'm excited to narrow that down, and you know, everybody, you can catch us on Spotify and Apple, all of our Instagram. Just y'all need to subscribe, follow along, and we're really having a good time with this, guys. One of many first series that we're going to be doing. So, until next time, guys, that's all we've got.